Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today it's giving bandit, because of the bandana. I don't know if you see it, if you see the vision, but yeah. So today I want to talk about those dramas that just have me like, like just scrolling aggressively because I'm not sitting here to watch your nonsense. Okay, so first up we've got the countdown drama. Oh my gosh. The drama where she's like, or he's like, I'm going to like count down to 7 days and then I'll leave him for good, right? It's usually to join like an experiment or something, and they're like gonna wipe out all their information, and they're like, yeah, I'm gonna be here, and I'm gonna, 5 days till I leave, 4 days till I leave, and in these 7 days or in the days that we're waiting, they are abused to like maximum levels. Like, just leave right now. You could literally just leave right now, and it would not take away from the drama. Like, if you tell us he was a bad person and you want to leave him right now, we will trust you and we will not hold it against you. Leave him right now. You don't have to wait for 5 days, 7 days, 30 days. Leave right now. Like, the type of dramas where she's like reborn and she just leaves immediately, I'm here for that. I'm here for that. I saw one where she faked her death and left him with no way to find her. Yes. Yes, girl. Yes, miss girl. There's no reason to be sitting here waiting for 7 days. I don't know. What are you waiting for? You think he's going to change? What are you waiting for? Number two, this should have been number one because it's literally the worst drama to the point where I don't even watch, right? It's this type of trope where like the husband in the previous life sucked ass, bro. Like, he's the worst. He literally a demon. Satan himself is this man, right? And then she's like reborn, and for some reason, even like the in-laws were so bad to her because of how the man was treating her, right? And for some reason she's reborn, and blah blah blah, she leaves him, whatever, but then he begs her and then she forgives him. This is the type of drama I don't even watch. Like, if I see the comments talking about that, I'm just like, because sometimes, yeah, the husband is bad, but then she leaves him and she never forgives him. She's with another guy. So I watch those ones. But like, if the abusive man is like those attractive men that are usually the male leads, I'm not watching that nonsense because I know you're gonna forgive him and it's gonna piss me off to the moon and back. And I'm gonna have to have this anger with nowhere else to put it. And I just have to be pissed within myself because of what you did to us. I don't even watch those ones. Scroll immediately. This should be number one and not number two. Number two should be the countdown drama. I hate I mean, yeah, forgive those who wrong you because that's the right thing to do, to let yourself go, to release yourself from like the evil that is them. But oh my gosh, do you have to get back together with him? Are there no other men in your life? Usually sometimes it's like the second male lead who loves her from the bottom of his heart, or like he said so, whatever, we don't really know, but like, he's so much better, but she just never leaves him, never leaves the male lead because he said sorry for 2 minutes. And most times, like, he's only saying sorry because there's nobody to cook him his porridge that makes his stomach stop hurting. Like, when the female lead leaves or whatever, and he's like having a tummy ache, and then the maid brings him the porridge and it's like, it doesn't taste right, this is not the porridge I usually eat. And the maid has to be like, but the porridge that you enjoy is usually made by the madam and we don't know how to do it. How are you a maid in my house as a rich man? You were audited before you got this role and you don't know how to make porridge the way my wife makes it. Every time she's making it, you don't even watch, you've never practiced. How are you keeping this job? Literally, fire yourself right now. You don't even need severance package. You don't even need like the last this month's pay. Just go because you have failed your job as a maid. How are you gonna come to me at the table, bring me this porridge that you know I don't want to eat, and you have the guts to tell me it's only the madam that knows how to make it the way you like it? Bitch, learn how to make it. I pay you to do this job. Beside the point. But yeah, whatever. When I know for a fact she's gonna forgive this man, I do not watch it at all. Number one on the most hated list. Oh my gosh, I hate it from the bottom of my heart. From the bottom of my heart. Third on the list. Third on the list is gonna be. It's gonna have to be the. They can hear her mind, right? I don't hate they can hear her mind or his mind. I hate it only when the man was like, let's get a divorce because he hates her guts, right? But like, at this point she's transmigrated and the one who takes her place is a new person, and then he can hear her thoughts, and then he's like, oh no, we're not gonna divorce. I no longer want a divorce, and because he's trying to figure out what's going on and like see if what she's saying is true, what she's thinking, like usually about doom and gloom for his family. So he's literally just keeping her there because she's of use to him, not because of like he likes her or whatever. I have a problem with that because you hated my guts so much to the point where I literally died and another soul took my body. You were going to divorce this other soul and she agreed to the divorce, and then she just thinks, sometimes she just thinks like, oh my gosh, yeah, he's gonna pay me so much and I'm going to order so many male models, and the male lead is pissed and he's like, no, I'm not gonna divorce you anymore. You are pissed that I want to be with male models. Meanwhile, you have this ambiguous relationship with the green tea bitch that you're always with, that you always believe over what I say. But just because I said once we get a divorce, I'm gonna find models, you're pissed and you want to keep me here. And even if you don't have any ambiguous relationship with anybody else, but you wanted to divorce me, but now that you can hear my thoughts and I said your family is going to end up in doom and gloom, you want to keep me because you want to keep your family safe. You're literally just using me. You're literally just using me. You are not in love with me. You need to let me, like, okay, at least pay me for my services, for my like future seeing, services. Like, and then in the end, they're like, oh, I've fallen in love with you, whatever. No, you haven't. Genuinely. I mean, yeah, I guess maybe you could really fall in love with me, but like, you only kept me around because I was of benefit to you. You can't say, I genuinely hate that. Like, okay, maybe they just get married, they just meet today, and he hasn't done anything wrong to her, and then he doesn't want to divorce her, or like maybe they just met and he's like, I don't want to go through with this marriage, right? And then he hears her thought, the hearing the thoughts, it's not really a problem. I don't really hate it, but it's like the intention or like the thought behind it, right? Like if you hear my thoughts and you find out that I think you're handsome and you're like, oh, I guess, well, I'm gonna stay with her, okay. But if you're only with me because I can see the future and you want to protect yourself, well, eat dog shit, shoot yourself in the mouth, get away from me. The one that really pissed me off was the one where he's like, "Let's get a divorce," and she's like, "Oh my god!" She's reading the divorce settlement, and he's gonna pay her like 1 billion or whatever, and she's like, "Oh my god, I'm gonna order 50 male models," and he's suddenly so pissed, and he's like, "No way, we're not getting a divorce. I thought you hated me." The thing, it's almost like I heard somebody say like men usually are like dogs to the like where when a dog pees on a tree, he wants to mark that tree as his tree, and like nobody else can pee on that tree. Like even if you don't, it's the whole thing of, if I don't want you, no one else can have you. Let me go. You're the one who wanted a divorce, and now that you see that I'm not upset at wanting the divorce, you want to keep me. Release me. Let me go. Number 4 on the list has to be those I haven't really seen any of these recently, but they were a thing before, right? Where the CEO has a first love, she's out of the country, they broke up, and then he hires someone, or like he marries somebody without really hiring her to sort of be a stand-in, and she falls in love with him, but he doesn't care about her whatsoever. He's such a bad person to her, and then she ends up dying by the hand of like the first love, right? And then somebody transmigrates into her soul or something like that, right? And then he can, I get, it doesn't really matter if he can hear her thoughts or not, but like she's more focused on making money after she's transmigrated, right? And then he sort of falls in love with her because she has changed, but he's always usually like so bossy because they're sort of in like a boss employee relationship. I used to hate these so much because like when the first love would say, "Oh my gosh, she like pushed me down the stairs, like she slapped me," he would be like, "How dare you do that?" Blah 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 blah, whatever. And then in the end, he'd be like, "Oh, I've loved you. It's not about her. I love you." And then they get together with the female lead, and I'm always sitting there so pissed because how are you going to forgive him for siding with the green tea all the time? Punishing you because of her all the time, and now because he just discovered you're the one who saved him 30 years ago, suddenly you're the one he loves with all his heart, and you're just gonna say yes to that? I hate that. I hate that so much. And like the whole point of, if I'm a stand-in for your first love, right? Even if we're married and I am in love with you, right? If your first love comes over and you let her live with us, but you don't intend to divorce me. What are you doing? What are you doing? You're literally pinning two women against each other. You could literally just leave me and be with her because she hates my guts now, and I feel inferior to her because I love you and I know you love her, but she thinks you love me and now she hates my guts and I'm suffering because of you. Let my ass go. Let me go. Let me go. Just let me go. I have a problem with this trope. I really do. I really do. I can't even stand it. The whole stand-in thing. What what do you mean? Like, if you're like the girl that goes abroad, right? Like, what do you mean you love me so much that you found somebody who looks like me and you dated them because you missed me? You couldn't just wait 2 seconds while I was at school abroad. You couldn't be long distance with me for 2 seconds. Like, you had to find somebody else to pretend to be me. What are we doing here? And if I come back and you have a girlfriend but she looks like me, I'm going to be so creeped out. I'll not want to be with you. Like, I guess it's just a movie. It's not that deep. Okay, it's not that deep. Anyway, number 5. This is a problem with like the female leads. All the before ones are male lead problems, but like this one, female lead, number 5. Yeah, I think it's number 5, where she hits her head or something, and then it's like, but her boyfriend is like the second male lead and he hates her guts, right? And he's like in love with the green tea, right? The second female lead, but for some reason the female lead just won't let him go. I mean, honestly, if a man does not love you, there are literally a million more. You might be like, oh yeah, there's so many fish in the pond, but I want this fish. Well, this fish does not want you. Literally, stop being so pathetic over here waiting for him to start wanting you. Like, you could literally just find another fish that wants you. Anyway, yeah, so the second male lead hates her guts. He does not care about her, whatever, and most times they're in an accident together, and then the second male lead like saves the second female lead and leaves her there, which, like, you couldn't save both of us. If the ambulance was right there, you could literally just tell them, oh, there's another person in the car. But usually they're like, oh my god, the second family, like, she has a scratch on her, let's hurry to the ambulance. And then the doctors will be like, is there anybody else in the car? And he'll be like, no. And then they leave. As a medical professional, a rescue team, you're telling me you're gonna take his word for it that there's nobody in the car? You're not gonna check? You're not gonna check if there's somebody else in there? Anyway, so they leave. He saves the second female lead, right? And then the male lead comes, saves her, and like she faints, right? And then when she wakes up, obviously the first person she sees is the male lead who saved her, and she's like, oh my gosh, my husband, right? And she confuses him as her boyfriend, her husband, whatever. And because this man has been in love with her like literally since forever, but he never said anything because usually the second male lead is like his nephew or whatever. Which, how are you gonna be in love with your nephew's girlfriend? Whatever, China's built different. Maybe not China, but like the Chinese media. I don't know. Anyway, so yeah, and he's been in love with her forever. But in some tropes, he wants to confess, but the doctor tells him like, don't like agitate her illness. It might get worse. Just let her remember by herself. And in some other versions, he's like, he just embraces it and like just lets her call him her husband, right? And then they get a marriage license immediately because he doesn't want her to like remember and escape, which that's not, but anyway, whatever, ethically. But what I hate is when she remembers, she regains her memories, and then she starts blaming him for like acting like her boyfriend. Well, you called me your husband, and when I said I'm not, you didn't believe me. So what are we doing here? What do you mean you need some space from me because you now remember I'm no longer your husband? You're the one who said I am your husband. It usually reminds me of like that movie. It came out like, I think we were like super young that time, Let It Shine, where this guy sang a song for the girl, and then she assumed that it was his friend who sang the song for her, and then she started falling in love with like the friend, and then the one who really sang the song was just sitting in the sideline just like feeling so bad, right? But then when she never really even asked, but whatever. And then like towards the end she finds out it's like the guy who sang the song, and she's mad at him like, why didn't you tell me? What you doing all for him, or were you only playing me? I did it for you, but I couldn't see you through. Roxy, I'm sorry. It's like, it's not my fault you didn't think it was me. You didn't ask me, and even if I had told you it was me, you wouldn't have believed it. But anyway, so yeah, and then she remembers that he's not her husband, and she's like mad at him. Oh, I need space. Slap yourself across the cheek, because we're here today because of what you did. You were sick, you had nobody else to come look for you. I helped you out, and now you're gonna blame me. Honestly, the male lead is better than me in this one because I would like literally just, what do you mean it's my fault? What do you mean you need space? I am the one who should be needing space from you because you are the pervert who literally hugged me and called me your husband, even though you literally lost your memory. So I don't know what we're doing here, but it's not my fault. Anyway, don't really hate that one as much. I do hate it. I do hate it. Like, I love the whole show, but that part where she blames him and then we have to sit through like what 10 minutes of them being a part of the male lead apologizing. Bless their hearts, because sometimes I really do feel bad for men. Sometimes a little bit, not a lot, not enough, not a lot, but like sometimes to the point like in these situations where it's literally not even their fault. Like, even if you like extrapolate it to like the moon, you will not find the point where it's his fault that this happened, but he's still over here apologizing. I kind of feel bad for them because like it's literally not your fault, but anyway, they like you so much they don't mind apologizing. Apparently a shameless man is the one who gets to keep his wife, which I guess happy wife happy life, but the men really do suck. But at some point it's like I kind of feel bad for them in this situation, right? But like, yeah, we're here because you called me your husband. I did not say you were my husband. Whatever. It's literally not that deep. Okay, number 6, the one that I hate. I hate those sister switch reborn dramas where they switch the husbands. But one of the husbands, even though he's like stupid, whatever, he gambles, okay, right? But then the other one is this rich man who has a first love and he's only getting married because his parents are forcing him. And it's like, you don't have a backbone. You can't tell your parents no. What are you, a baby? What are you, 5? Like, stand up for yourself. Oh no, my grandma forced me to love you, but don't expect love from me. We're just gonna be husband and wife in name only. I already have a love. You're stupid. You look goofy. You goofy ass nigga. Because like, what are we talking about? You're getting married to me because your grandma forced you, because your mom forced you. I sincerely believe nobody can force you to do anything. Like, okay, maybe I'm just strong minded. I don't know. But, like, what are you doing here being with me? If you have a first love, be with her. You could literally tell your family, well, either I marry her or I'm no longer your son. Like, you don't have to involve me in your mess. And then like when she's like, yeah, we're not gonna fall in love, just give me money, whatever. And then he gets confused. He's like, well, nobody has ever said they don't like me. And then he starts liking her. You look goofy, you goofy ass nigga. Because what do you mean you only like me because nobody has ever said no to you? You only want to be with me because I don't like you. Grow a brain in that big ass skull of yours. Like, can you just cultivate even 2 brain cells? If you could just rub them together, you will realize how stupid you look. Hate, hate, hate the male lead of most of these sister switch. Like, it's so stupid. It's so dumb. Number 7, again, we're gonna have a problem with the female lead this time. A lot of these problems are with the men, but it's okay. We also have problems with the female leads. But number 7 would have to be that trope where, like, the girl is reborn after being killed by the guy she liked, and then she's reborn to, like, in her past life, she realizes that her husband is the one who loved her, or like another guy is the one who loved her, and then she starts literally, she does like a complete, this is 180, right? Yeah, she does a complete 180, and she's like now so nice to him, and he's like, well, flabbergasted, because you literally said you hated me this morning and now you're here kissing me. And then she's always like, you've got to believe me, you've got to believe me, I'm in love with you, whatever. And he's like, well, you literally said you don't want to be in the elevator with me because you hate my presence this morning. And she's always like, oh my gosh, I've really changed, I know you don't believe me, I can prove it to you. And all she does is kiss him on the lips. I don't care that you've kissed me on the lips. You've insulted me my literal whole life, and just because you kissed me on the lips, you want me to believe that you really genuinely want to be with me. Do I look stupid to you? Like, prove it with actions. A kiss is not action. It's literally, it takes 2 seconds, whatever. Peck, honestly, it's literally just a peck. Like, yeah, you don't have to. You have to show me. And what I hate is some of the girls do it right, where they literally block the second male lead. They don't want to talk to him, whatever. Like they do the revenge, but they're involving the male lead, so like it makes sense that they have changed, and he sort of starts to trust her. But some of them do it so wrong, where they're like, yeah, I no longer love the male lead, the second male lead, whatever, and you don't have to worry about it. Just trust me, words only, no actions. But then she still goes ahead and meets this second male lead, like in secret, or like she'll be telling this second female lead, or like her cousin, the one who the second male lead likes. She'll be telling her like, yeah, I'm just tricking my husband, the male lead, for now, just to, get him to lower his guard, whatever. She's lying, of course, but the male lead hears that and he's upset. How could you not be upset? Because this morning you just told me you have changed, and here I am hearing you talking about how you're tricking me, and then you come to me and you're gonna tell me, just trust me, bro. How am I supposed to trust you? I don't have time for your nonsense. And then number 8, hate, hate, hate. Well, I guess it's also number 7, but like this version, she literally kills the male lead with her own hands, or like accuses him of a crime, and then he's arrested. And then like at the moment he's arrested, or like she kills that man, the second male lead will come over and he's like, oh, ha, 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 you thought I really loved you, whatever. He's the one who loved you. I lied that he like killed your dad, whatever. Like, I mean, if somebody told you that, yeah, this is the one who killed your dad, you're just gonna start hating him. You're a rich woman, you don't know how to do research for your own self. You're just gonna take his word for it. That's, I find that to be so stupid. So dumb, so dumb, so dumb. So yeah, in this trope, like in this version, she literally kills the man who loved her with his own heart, and he has to watch her kill her, like kill him, right? And then when she's reborn, she's like, oh, I'm so sorry, I really loved you, I'm so happy you're alive. In these ones, I'm like, you don't deserve a nigga at all. Shoot yourself in the mouth, go bury yourself, like in literally the dog yard. You don't even deserve to be breathing the same air as him. Like, I know he's in love with you, whatever, but like you literally killed him in his last life. Like at this point, the best thing you can do for him is to just leave and let him move on and be with somebody else, because you do not deserve, dude, even a tiny tiny itty bit. Like, you're literally the worst kind of human. Just because of a lie somebody told, you could have easily debugged if you literally just did a tiny bit of research. You've hated me my whole life, you killed me and even accused me of a crime, and I had to rot in prison, lost my company. I saw one where she like accused him of kidnapping her, and then he had to be arrested, and then his company was acquired. And then before the second male lead like was like, when that happened, the second male lead was like, ha ha ha, you thought I really loved you, you think I would be with you if you didn't have any connection with him, whatever. And then, but for some reason he also infects her with AIDS with a syringe, and then she's literally dying. And then the male lead, who was like sent to prison because of her lie, when he gets out, he still comes to take care of her. I mean, you could love a person to the moon, to the back, but literally have a limit. How are you gonna come here and like take care of the person who's falsely accused you? I know you love me with all your heart. Like, I saved you, you saved me. I don't know. Maybe I've just never been in love, because I genuinely don't see myself coming out of prison, finding out you have AIDS, and then you with nobody to take care of you, and then I'm over there taking care of you, but like I even still love you and still get married to you. I do not see that happening. Do you see that? Do you see yourself doing that? I feel like we've just never been in love, because I would just never do that. Honestly, you made me lose my company, which I've been working on since I was like a teenager, and I've worked to the bone to like maintain. But with just one word from you, I lost everything. I mean, it does help that the female lead low-key feels guilty when he's taking care of her, but your guilt is not enough for me to keep watching, because at some point you can love somebody as the male lead here. Like, you can love somebody, but like have limits. Have limits. Like, this girl does not love you, and right now she's facing problems which are her own fault. Where do you even find the heart to feel sorry for her? Hate that trope. Literally just scroll. Anyway, I guess that's age. I have a lot more, but I for some reason they're just not coming to my mind right now. comment any, dramas that you hate, like with a burning passion. For me, number one, number two, I hate with my entire spirit. The countdown drama, I hate it so much. I hate it so much. But like the forgiving the husband who literally killed her and her baby in the previous life. I hate it, but like I don't really watch it, so I don't really feel as strongly for it as I feel for the countdown drama. Oh, I just remembered another one. There's this trope where the male lead and the female lead, like they were in a relationship before they got married, and the female lead like sacrificed everything to make the male lead's dreams come true, but he was just never appreciative of it. And then they're reborn, both of them like are reborn to the day that the male lead is confessing to the female lead, and they both decide to just go their separate ways, right? And then they go their separate ways. The male lead finds some success because of his memories from the past life. He goes into stocks and he gets so successful, and the female lead follows her dreams and becomes a doctor, whatever. And then there's like the reunion, and the male lead only wants to prove that he's better than the female lead. And the female lead gets bullied to like the extreme. Honestly, somebody even steps on her prominent hand. I guess her right. Yeah. Some people are left-handed. I don't really remember which, but it's her prominent hand, right? And they step on it, whatever. And then the female leader in this other life is like married to the richest man, right? And as she's getting bullied, her son runs in and he's like, "Stop bullying my mother," or whatever. And then these people in the party, right? They're like, "Yeah, whatever, blah 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 blah." And then they also start bullying the kid, and then they lock the kid up somewhere. Which I don't know. Maybe Asians just bully each other in a very strong way, because even K dramas, the bullying in there is intense. So maybe I don't know if this really happens, but like usually they're like, hold her down, strip her clothes, they slap her, whatever, step on her prominent hand, as I said, with a high heel. Like the how a high heel is like this, and then there's that little pointy thing. Yeah, with that, like stepping on her. Oh my gosh, I cannot imagine how much that would hurt. But like, yeah. And then they also bully her son, and then the richest man comes in and he's like, "How are you bullying my wife?" Whatever, and that's when they stop, and he punishes them as well. But like, what do you mean you're just gonna let them? Maybe I've just never been bullied in a Asian way, so I really wouldn't know. But like, why? Why are you going to go to a party? Honestly, any type of drama where like the male lead is like, "Oh, I've been held up, I'm gonna be there later, you go first." I'm like, if I was the female lead, I'll be like, "I'm gonna wait for you right here, you're gonna come pick me up and we're going there together." Like, if I know people are going to bully me in there, I'm not going in there. I don't care if it's like for the progression of the story. I do not care. I'm waiting for you right here. you know like, I also hate that trope. I hate that whole drama, because like the abuse is literally like the whole drama. I mean, towards the end, we have where like the female who the male lead gets together with, her dad is sick and he needs an operation, and the only one who can operate on him is the female lead. And then she's like, "Well, I can operate on him because you stepped on my foot, on my hand." And the other girl is like, "No, you just don't want to help because I bullied you, whatever, as a doctor, whatever." And I'm like, actually, even if I didn't want to operate on him just because you bullied me, I mean, well, as a doctor, the patient's life comes first, but I don't care. I don't care. You literally bullied me so much, and you expect me to help you just because you knelt and you begged me? I don't care. I don't care. Anyway, that's a bonus. So if you have any that you hate, comment them down below with a burning passion, I mean, like the extreme hate. And I'll see you next time. Good night. Oh, hey, you're still here. Well, the video ended a couple minutes ago, but I guess you might maybe just a tiny little bit like me. Anyway, just consider subscribing and hitting the like button so you could see more of me, if that's something you want to do. Good night.